What's going on, card collectors? And it's time for another video. I'm down here in my basement making videos. This is another video response. This one I'm doing one for Dougie Fresh, D-Con. He's doing his first contest. Congratulations, Doug, to put out a contest. You have an awesome channel, and just love watching your content, your humor, and the cards you share, the vintage cards you share. So your contest is to tell about the card that started it all, that got you all into collecting. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my origin story and how I started collecting cards, kind of evolved over time, but first couple of years and how that worked out. So I used to ride my bike over to my best friend's house. It's probably about, 2 miles away. And when we would get there, on the weekends in the summertime, we would go over to the local convenience store. I don't know if it was 7-Eleven or some other, drugstore, like Long's Drugs or something. This is in Southern California. We used to go buy packs of cards, and just recently I picked up this set of cards that I used to get back in the day. And so my first cards I ever opened out of packs were these Star Wars cards from 1977. Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and R2-D2. So recently I don't remember if I ever had the whole set of this first series, the blue series here, but I had most of these. They probably weren't in that great a condition, but I just remember, and then I think I got rid of them in 1997, so kind of regretted that. A few things that I got rid of when I was in college and was moving around a lot. There's a little Darth Vader action, Moff Tarkin, Rebels. But love this set, so I'll do a little thing about that later on. You had some cool stickers in that, like this Han Solo. I also used to collect wacky packages, like this one here, 1979 Ragu. I just picked up the complete set of that. That was only like $30, so shout out to Dave Blue Jacket 66. He loves his wacky packages. I always remember I don't know if I had this whole set either, but I looked through this stack and I remembered a lot of those cards. So, but the first year I collected baseball cards was 1979, and I've talked about that a few times in some of my videos. And when I came across, one of these cards in the pack, these all-time record holders, I thought these were so cool. I got, check out, these must be really great players. They're like, black and white images from a long time ago. So, the all-time hit record, George Sisler and Ty Cobb in the career. So this is 1979. And so I would look at the backs of these cards and see who had the best, most hits in one season and all career. As you can see here, Ty Cobb at 4,191, Hank Aaron, Stan Musial, Tris Speaker, Honus Wagner, Eddie Collins, Willie Mays, Nap Lajoie. And then we got Pete Rose, 3,164. I've heard of Pete Rose before. I think I got a 1979 card of Pete Rose. Excuse me. Had to sneeze. So that'll go into my story a little bit here, but just here's some of the other cards that are in that set. Hack Wilson, Hank Aaron, RBIs for season and career. Hack Wilson, I think, was 190 for season. There weren't a lot of these players that had modern day that had any of these records, but there were a few. All-time home run record, Roger Maris at the time held the record for season. Judge is about to pass him, I believe, if he stays healthy. Hank Aaron at the time. This is 1979. Then we got, batting average, Rogers Hornsby, Ty Cobb. Just the backs of these are awesome. Let's just look at the list. Then we got stolen bases. Here's another guy, Lou Brock. He was active at the time. Maury Wills, Ty Cobb. This is before Ricky Anderson, obviously. You got wins, Jack Chesbro and Cy Young. some of these records will never be broken. Here's another great player, Walter Johnson and Nolan Ryan. So Nolan Ryan was a all-time great at that point. And then ERA, we got Walter Johnson and Dutch Leonard. So at the time I was collecting these cards, I would try to figure out, well, I think I stumbled across this at maybe a bookstore, but you can see that I totally marked this up. Here's my old phone number, 213-866-0721. The little dog ear on the front, I don't know what happened to that. But here's the card shop I used to go to on Ventura Boulevard in Tarzana. You weren't on the front there. But I dog-eared this bad boy. I would go through here and I was trying to complete my 1980 set. You can see I checked off all the boxes, and I even like marked them, you know, whether they were mint or not. If I marked them half full, they were very good. And if they were full, they were very good. But I think that the pages are falling out of this. And I was just trying to collect my 79 set. I would go to the flea market and do that. Like the prices of these cards weren't very much, you know, like 9 cents of that. Oh, there's one, Rod Carew, $1.75. This is back in 1983. So, you know, these cards, you know, I would go back and I had a few 77 cards that I marked off in here. You know, Pete Rose was in the news all the time, so I would try to get his cards. And I remember going to that card shop and I picked up some of these are my first vintage cards I picked up. Got this 1969 Ground Out Topps game card, Topps chewing gum. And then we have this I think that was 68. This is 69 Decal Edge. It's kind of got bent up corners and stuff, but these are like the first vintage cards, and they were affordable to me because they were like, you know, inserts. They weren't the base cards, which they wanted a lot for those. And then this 1970 Pete Rose Sporting News. I always thought this was a cool design, like a newspaper from 1970. I don't remember actually which Pete Rose card that I picked up first. I think it was probably maybe like this 1967. Is it 67? Yeah, 67. We got my old screw down here. I have the whole run of his cards now in Topps. I have, you know, I could start here. Here's 1972. 1971. You know, Pete Rose was he was the guy I was looking for in 1970. Didn't look too happy in that photo. I don't know why Topps chose the photos they did for the cards, but here's a little spring training action. 1969. I like this picture on this one though, 1968, with the sleeveless jersey. Too bad this card's hard to get centered. I was at the card show a couple months ago and saw one that was more centered than this, but it was much higher price than I wanted to pay. Here's a 66. Again with the sleeveless jersey. This is 65. And there's 64. A little off center, but still a pretty decent card. Anyways, Pete Rose, the guy I collected. I think those vintage cards really got me hooked on cards, and I was always on the search, you know, with my price guide, trying to complete my sets. I have the 79 completed set, 1980 completed set, and 1983 completed set. I do not have any other completed sets that I'm aware of. I used to have others in boxes and stuff, like Upper Deck and stuff, but I got rid of all those. So I just kept some of the stuff from my early childhood. You know, me and my friend, we would collect the wacky packages and the Star Wars cards. Those are really what started it all. Here's some stickers from that Star Wars. Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Chewie, 3PO, R2, Darth Vader, Moff Tarkin, Ben Kenobi, Tusken Raider, and this really cool card here, or sticker. There you go, Dougie Fresh. That's my little video response for my origin story. I don't know exactly which card really got me hooked, whether it was, maybe it was just this baseball card guide that I used to have and trying to complete my sets, but then I went after that run of Pete Rose, so I'm thinking it was, pretty sure this is the first card that this is like a cool vintage card from the 60s that really got me hooked. And then I got into modern cards, and now I'm going back to vintage again, so. All right, everybody, go check out Decon's channel and check out his contest, make a video. Thanks, everybody. Peace.